I'm just imagining this like pseudo porno, but like a hot one where like he's a handyman and like one of you is like, ooh, can you fix my vagina? Okay, sorry. Moving on.
Tony.
1 sec.
Yes.
What up, fuckers? We're back, and you're like, I just saw you literally a couple hours ago. Yeah, you did. I realized that if I want to get these questions in video format, I'm gonna have to put out a fuck ton of these, and you know what? I'm having a bunch of fun doing them, so you're welcome. Moving on, I already said link in bio if you want to submit questions. You got all that shit down. You've seen this episode 5 now. We are here answering more shit. I honestly want to get right into it. If you are new, welcome. It's only been a week, and I've already put out a bunch of shit, so go back and see them all before you start this, because we are doing some special quarantine edition, at least as long as we're in quarantine, probably, because all your questions are about it, so may as well answer them. Today should be pretty fun. We're starting off with a juicy one. Also, by the way, just so you guys know, I don't actually like read these beforehand. I skim very briefly, and then I write a category on another column, and then I just like sort randomly by category to try to vary up the episode. Oh, are my glasses still on? My bad. So when I'm reading these, like I actually am kind of reacting in real time because I'm getting the full details. So if my advice is not that great or I ramble, fuck you, because this is my channel, so I can do whatever I want. Anyway, I gotta thank Tommy Marone. Haven't talked to you in probably 15 years, but I took this from you on a bus once in like 7th grade, and I still have it. So thanks for this, because nothing's more douchey than a lacrosse penny. So let's get this started. Okay, this one is a fucking doozy though, from what I remember. It's pretty long, so bear with me. Dear Tony, I moved to a big city recently, and I live in a 4-bedroom apartment in a multi-unit home. Above us is a 1-bedroom apartment in which our landlord lives. In any other scenario, I think that it's kind of weird, but in this instance, our landlord is a fox. We are 4 20-something-year-olds living beneath the hottest man ever. Ever? What? He's single, he's a bachelor, but the catch is, he's 40. To be fair, he looks like he's 30 at the most. He's a mystery to us. He's hot, he's sociable, he's nice, but why isn't he married or taken? Makes us feel like there's something hidden secret, but oh well, god damn, he's attractive. We oftentimes complain to him about small things with the apartment to get him to come down and talk to us / see him. But now that we have been living here for 3 months, we are running out of excuses. I love this because when I like someone, I'll make up every fucking excuse for why I need to see them or text them. I get it. The last time he was over, he lingered around for a bit to talk to us when he clearly could have left the minute he was done with his handyman work. Ooh. I don't know if it's because I'm super horny because #quarantine, but I'm just imagining this like pseudo porno, but like a hot one where like he's a handyman and like one of you is like, ooh, can you fix my vagina? Okay, sorry. Moving on. We then saw a couple girls leaving his apartment the other day for the first time ever, and they looked no older than maybe 25. Ooh, I like this a lot less now. Unsure, but def under 30. Just today, he texted my roommate to ask if he could come check something out in our place. Nothing legit needed to be checked out, and might I add, it was a Friday night. We were under COVID quarantine though. ... Anyways, he came over and he checked out whatever he needed, and he continued to hold and carry a 30+ minute combo about life, work, music, and the shows we watch. Anyways, he's so hot, but most of us have significant others, so we don't actually want to fuck him. We just want to hang out because it gives us life and energy and joy, and we were wondering if you had any suggestions on some surefire ways to get him over to hang out with us, other than saying that something broke in or asking for a cup of sugar. Say, I want your sugar. Okay, don't say that. I'll get to the real advice soon. We don't want to come off aggressive or pushy, and we also don't want him to feel like a creep. He clearly feels comfortable hanging with younger people, but maybe hanging out with tenants might cross some sort of line. IDK, please help. Wowza! Okay, this one, that's just fucking... I want this as its own show. 4 tenants and a landlord. Put it on like TLC or something. They'll pretty much show anything. Okay, well, honestly, I think you're in luck because we're in a quarantine. Y'all are gonna be in a quarantine for quite some time. Therefore, it's totally normal if you've already seen each other to kind of be in like, oh, hey, we're having a quarantine game night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you plan stuff for your apartment. It's not really for your apartment. apartment. It's all a ruse. If he can't come, do it another night. Say, hey, we're thinking of having a cookout this week. Do you want to come over? And like, you know what I mean? Once you do one, then it's not going to be weird to do 2 or 3 or 4. So literally just start making like themed nights for your apartment and inviting people, not really, just really only inviting him, because, oh yeah, like we're only inviting people that have already been here and really it's only been you. So we're having a board game night, or we're having a Disney marathon, or we're having a sex orgy, you know, just anything to get him in the door. And then after that, you can do any of your mingling and also like kind of figure out what's his deal, because he seems like one of those mysterious fucking, I don't know. I'm kind of turned on, and you haven't really said what he looks like, but I'm like, damn, this is kind of like a mystery, and mysterious guys are hot. So basically, what I would do is start planning like internal apartment themed nights, market it as like, oh, we're just trying to shake up the quarantine, make it more fun. What nights are you free? Come hang out, come to this thing, come to this thing. But you make it seem as if like you're just doing it with your apartment and like giving him a courteous invite, and he'll take some and he won't take others. So if he doesn't end up actually coming to one, just be like, oh, we couldn't do it this night because someone had cramps, but we're doing it tomorrow. I don't know. Make some shit up. Make all this shit up. He'll have no idea, but it will surely work because he's probably bored out of his mind too. So even just the chance for like interaction is fun. And then also you guys kind of seem like a fun little group to be hanging out with. And he kind of seems like the type of guy that wants to hang out with a fun little group. So I don't know. I really want you to let me know how this goes because I'm invested. I want to know what happens. This is juicy as fuck. I love this drama. I'm gonna stop talking and go on to the next question. For real though, hit up my DMs or hit up this form again if this worked or if it doesn't, and we'll revisit it because I want to know more about this guy. I'm invested. You've got me invested. All right, next question. I'm currently a senior in college. The more and more time I spent in college, I realized how unnecessary it is and how much it worsens my mental health. I hear from a lot of alumni how you really don't know what you're doing with your life until you're way older. I would like to get your advice on how to deal with finding your passion and purpose. What are your thoughts on college, and what can you share about your post-graduation life? Is it lonely and hard as people describe it? Like, how hard is it to make friends and date? Please be honest. I'm almost offended because I'm always honest, so fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm so sorry. I need to calm down. Honestly, I just need to drink less because my tolerance is fucked. I've had half a glass and I'm swearing at all my friends. This is something I've been pretty vocal about because of how it was presented to me, so I'll kind of give a little backstory. I was anxious every fucking day of senior year because people told me to cherish your last year at Stanford. Oh my god, the first year of your life out here at least is gonna be awful. Every single person who graduated told me that. Therefore, every day that went by of senior year, I had increasing anxiety because I thought that I was one step closer to this inevitable, awful period of my life, to the point that when I graduated, I stayed around East Palo Alto for like literally 2 months, bumming it at my friend's house, and I kept pushing off my date to move to LA because I literally was like, I'm going to inevitably go into a shitty period of my life and I'm not ready for that. I love life, I like liking life, and I wasn't ready to not like life even if it was for a year. Fast forward 8 months, is it? I don't even know. I have never been happier. I don't want to make this seem like it's the norm because obviously there's enough people who were not happy that it's kind of can go either way, but I've talked to enough people who are like, wow, it's so much more refreshing out here. There's room to fucking breathe. College is so fun, but it's so fucking stifling. Like, there's so much to do. There's so many people, so many activities, whatever. While you're in it, cherish it because there's no time like college. But I am so happy that like all my choices are my own right now. All my time is my own. I get to make active choices about what I want to do. And that's how this whole project came about, because for the first time in my life, I had time. Like, I wasn't rushing to class, this, XYZ. I had work, and then all the time around it was my own time. So for the first couple of months, I was pretty dedicated to only kind of like figuring out my way here in LA, being really social, etc. At this point of my LA career, I'm like, okay, let's start something. Like, let's do something that you're passionate about. And I'm lucky. I've always had a passion to just fucking be. Like, I've always just wanted to be and be as big as I can being me. Like, for years, I've been like, I really want to be famous. And people are like, doing what? And I'm like, I don't know. And I say I don't know because I'm just like, I just want to be me. I think the reason this question stood out to me is for 2 reasons. College is a really fun, great 4 years, but you can even see this, Toby said this in the Weed, Wine, and Wheat Thins episode from this past Wednesday. It's also a big fucking waste of time. Like, I got 180 units. At Stanford, you had to get 180 units to graduate. I graduated with exactly 180 units. I wasn't going to take one more unit of class than I had to get the same diploma as everyone else, because for me, I wasn't there for school. Amazing teachers, amazing professors, whatever, but school is not what I've ever valued the highest. I've enjoyed meeting people, connections, etc. Like the amount of resources that Stanford had was like why I was there, because for me, class is just kind of like in the background. If I could have just been taking class on entrepreneurship or building a brand or whatever, that would have been so much more use of my time. But they put you into these, you have these majors to choose from this curriculum, and I'm like, that's fine for a lot of people. A lot of people, this will be satisfactory, but for me, that wasn't it. So you are not alone. My mental health has been instrumentally better since leaving here, because I'm not being pulled a million different directions from class, school, friends, extracurriculars. Like I'm like, I have my job and then I get to do anything else I want. I've joined an improv team. I've started this channel. I hang out with a bunch of people. Like I've done what I want to do, and it's not influenced by like my sorority social calendar, which I have no control over or whatever. It's completely your own choices. And I think it depends how you use that time with how satisfied you'll be with this entire experience, because for some people, like this is a really hard year or 2 years or whatever until you really get your like ground, and some people really all they want to do is go back to college. But it doesn't seem like you're going to be that person, because you are realizing as you're in it that it's maybe not the best environment for you. And honestly, I loved college the same way I loved Hinsdale, etc. But now that I'm out, oh my God, I'm like, oh, like I just feel so much fucking better. I have said this time and time again, I have never been as happy and healthy as I have been in these past 8 months. I've pretty much more or less for a couple of spurts always been happy, but I have most of my life never been healthy. And I feel like I finally have the toolkit I need, both internal and external, to just take care of myself, my mental well-being, my physical well-being. Like I have never fucking felt better. And I wish one person, if one person had told me that before I graduated, I maybe wouldn't have been the nervous, anxious wreck that I was all of senior year. So I don't want to speak for everyone. I have enough friends who are having a hard transition from college to the real world to say that it's not all cherries and roses or whatever the fucking phrase is. What I will say is, if you think that the environment that you're in, being college, isn't that great for you, you're probably right. And I think if you are active and intentional about the choices that you make once you are in the real world, you will have a high probability of making it the space that you need to get your mental health back in check, to feel good about life again, etc. Subtle plug, I am launching a podcast. I actually probably did the promo for it like 2 hours ago if I'm on schedule. It's called It Doesn't Happen Overnight, and I made it with the intention of either one of two things: helping people figure out what their passions are if they don't know what it is. I don't know if you fall in that category or if you're in the other category, of having people that know what their passion are take the plunge to do it. Because I'm interviewing people like me, my age, people who are doing and following their passions. And the reason that I'm doing that, it's so easy to like look at an interview of Michael Jordan and be like, wow, that'd be so great, but also like, he's fucking Michael Jordan. That's so hard to relate to. But I'm trying to make it as relatable, as down to our level as like it needs to be, so that you may feel like it's tangible for you to go for your dream. So subtle plug for that podcast. It's called It Doesn't Happen Overnight. It's launching tomorrow, so check it out. Okay, but seriously, like I don't think you have to wait until you're older to figure out what you want to do with your life. I think the minute you figure it out, then you start figuring out things of how to make what you want to do with your life possible. This is what I want to do with my life. It took me a while to figure out exactly how to make it a physical form of something, but at this point, I'm sprinting ahead because I'm like, okay, now let's fucking work then. That's all I gotta say to that. I hope this was helpful. If not, just like reach out to me in some way, whatever way you feel comfortable, via anonymous form or DM me or something, because I relate to that so much and I want you to know that I hear you and validate you. That's it. That's it. I'm done. Okay, I was going to do 3, but I talked way too much, so I'm just going to stop here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you liked this bonus edition day of Ask an Asshole. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell your friends and family and that person that you hate and that person that you really like but you haven't told to subscribe, because, yeah, bitch, like, subscribe. Like, it's that simple. Wow, I'm on one if you can't tell. That's obvious to everyone. Come back tomorrow as I release the podcast, and this whole week, because content, baby. Baby, I called no one honey in these past 2 episodes. Growth. That's growth. Okay, bye. I'm done. Bye.